bastards can rise RB26.
But it is in some type of way though. Man, that's how I feel. Look now, alright. I've seen this site already. Y'all seen it too, but ooh, I have to get back there though. I have to. So now look, okay, this is what I'm trying to say, bro. Look at this, okay? This is what I got. Wait, actually, yeah, like that is way better. Yeah, I ended up removing my ATR Super Damper, my lower tongue cover plate, and put my crankshaft back at TDC, the actual TDC. Having that Woodruff key all the way straight ahead at a 0 degree, you know, equals 0 on my dial indicator when I go past my TDC, back to my TDC. Last time, I had issues with my camshaft center line measurements, okay? Because my IVO was good, but my IVC wasn't good. Again, that's for the intake. And my EVO was good, but my EVC wasn't good. At the end of the day, those numbers were not accurate, okay? They were not good enough. So why do I have to do so? Okay, so initially when I installed my camshafts, right, they were installed when my crankshaft was away from TDC. Why? Because high lift cams, and I didn't want it to, I didn't want my valves to touch my pistons, right? So hence the reason why I did that. Okay, to install it's not a bad thing to do, but the thing is, I forgot to put my crankshaft back at that position, TDC, you know? So I overlooked that, I installed the rest of my timing components, and I locked in a phase shift within my timing components, okay? All that to say, what I got to do though is remove my timing belt, okay? That way, I'll be able to move my camshaft where they are supposed to be at, okay? And just a little sum prior to, you know, doing this. So look there, yeah? Yeah, this is everything that I should be using today, and that I have used, yeah? Back over there. You know what? I will explain everything later on though, but something else I ended up seeing is that although I thought my water pump was good, I mean, it is kind of good still though. I look back in my overflow of parts, and I ended up finding this, bro. So it's a brand new oil pump, like brand new. So this can be good, you know, it's over there. So might as well use it, bro. Removing this, bro, oh no. It's like, I had, you know, it was quite challenging though. I needed to use those, you know, those bolts that you're supposed to use to install the other like pulley that goes up there. Anyway, I took this, and I just bolted that there and did the opposite of installing it, okay? This is what I did over there, and right now, what I gotta do though is removing that timing belt. I gotta remove that. That way, I can rotate my intake camshaft and my exhaust camshaft to their install orientation though, which should, you know, fix my phase shift from last time. Because once again, last time what happened is, you know, having my crankshaft away from TDC while installing my camshaft, which after putting all of my other timing components, made a locked phase shift, which I'm trying to unlock because this ain't it though. It gave me the wrong opening and closing events. You get it? Alright, you get it. Yeah, now that I know like what's going on though, yeah. Look, I know better. Yeah, right now I know better, so you know that's the good thing. And yeah, that's what I gotta do though. I mean, that's the solution that I ended up coming up with, because other than that, bro, I don't know what's going on. So yeah, and looking at pictures of people installing like camshafts though, their lobes, you know, the camshaft lobes, or for some of them, okay, when the camshaft right is installed in their actual installed orientation, some of the lobes are pointing like slightly away, slightly forward. So it's like, yeah, it's not the case with mine though. It's like all over the place. So yeah, I'm gonna have to fix that, okay? All right, so, whoa, let me put some gloves on. I got the gloves on, and yeah, let me just undo that, you know, tensioner pulley, which, yo, it was really like on there. Okay. Let me undo that. Then, yeah, I'm gonna have to put some, you know, I'm gonna have to do something with it. Hold on, bro. Yeah, hold on. All right, so tension is now removed. Well, almost. Well, that's a maximum, bro. So you gonna slide out or? Yeah. Okay. All right. So with the tension removed, I can, yeah, remove that timing belt. Then put it aside. I also want to remove that pulley because, you know, I got some stuff that I want to do. So I'm gonna have to remove that pulley too, though. Hold on. All right. There's some stuff that I want to do too. Hold on. Just wait and see, alright? Forgot, is this one a bolt? Yeah, I think it's a bolt, yeah. Yeah, it's a bolt. Hold on. Alright, okay. So, yeah, I'm gonna have to put some brand new, like, red Loctite on that one. Because, yeah, I remember there was some over there. I'll have to do that. So these two, I'm leaving them there. I'm not gonna touch them for sure. I removed my two pulleys, and now I wanna talk about my camshafts though. Hold on. That's everything removed. Well, timing components wise, I mean, half of it technically. The middle of the engine stuff, timing component stuff removed, yeah. Hold on, let me pull up some light though. Okay, so you see over there, right? Right between the A and the R, there's a timing mark. Okay, it's ever so slightly sealable, but trust me, there is one. Okay, that timing mark needs to be aligned with that though, which, yeah, as you can tell, yeah, it's bad. But if we look at the exhaust camshaft gear, right between the A and the R, look, timing mark over there needs to be aligned with that. At the end of the day, what I'm seeing is that my intake has a natural shit, like it's so like it's downwards, bro, and it needs to be like up there. Okay, that means having that turn clockwise. Okay, and this one I need to turn it counterclockwise, just like the other. Yeah, bro, that's what I gotta do though. And yeah, this is the issue. I don't know how did that happen, but I mean, look, okay, I know better now. So yeah, it might be hard to push forward because high lift cams and those springs are strong, okay, but still I gotta rotate that. Yeah, it's gonna be a challenge, but I gotta rotate that, like, yeah, I mean, yeah, let me try that then. Oh, finally. Okay, so ever so slightly it turned good. Okay, let me keep it like this for now. Let me double check some stuff and I'll be back. So it turned. It's good. Okay, not too much, but just enough. Okay. Yeah, let me double check some stuff. Okay, I'll be back. Hold on. So I'm checking, right? I can continue safely until my crankshaft, sorry, my camshaft gear is aligned with the timing mark of that backing plate. I'm looking at over here and over there at the same time. Yeah, now I'm gonna have to find a sweet spot for that. Okay, that might be good. Hold on. Okay, I'm gonna check. Okay, soon enough. Not yet, but soon enough. And yeah, let me continue. But okay, that was the second like movement. And yeah, I'm looking at my pistons. looking at my valves. Well, at least you know the position that they would be at, and everything looks good so far. And yeah. Alright, so upon checking, I can safely do it once again. Okay, that should be better. Okay, yeah, it's way better. Okay, so okay, let me check. Almost, but not yet. Hold on. I think I got a good grip. Yep. Okay. So it. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. That's that. Yeah. That's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm calling spot on, bro. This is what I'm calling spot on, though. My timing mark on my intake, you know, camshaft, gear is aligned, though. It is aligned. Hold on, let me show y'all, bro. Let me show y'all. I mean, I'm looking, I'm like, it's not really aligned though, but that notch, okay? Exactly this one in the middle, like that one is almost aligned with that white mark. It's nothing crazy. It's like there and a half though. It's like 0.5 and a half. What? 0.5 there at that timing mark, okay? I'm gonna put it exactly at that timing mark, okay? I don't wanna like miss out some stuff. Yeah. I'm looking at something that I like, okay? Look at that, the lobe, okay? It's pointing that way, which is good. You know, it's good, it's pointing that way. But that lobe is also pointing that way. Well, the other way, okay? So one is pointing left, one is pointing right. Yo, this tool, bruh, forget about this tool. Forget about this. This ain't working out, bruh. It's too unstable. It's too bulky, bruh. I'm telling you, bruh. Nah, this wasn't fun. But look, okay. Okay, I know it says 24 millimeter, but I ended up grinding it down. No, that's right. Yeah, that's right. I ended up grinding it down just a bit to make it fit, because an actual 24 millimeter, right, going there wasn't it, but a 24 changed to a 25. It's working out though, because look now, it's currently there, and I can turn it or push it whatever way I need it to be at though, because this I'm telling you, bro, this one wasn't it. Forget about this one again. Let me focus on the 24 millimeter change to a 25 millimeter or 24.5. Anyway, at the end of the day, this is the correct one. So let me try again, alright? Let me try again for it. Alright, now we can exactly see what I got to adjust, okay? There's a line there that needs to be paired with that. Okay? And with this, my 24 changed to a proper one will work out in my favor. Okay. I'm checking just slightly more, and after that, should be fine though, honestly. Alright. This should be spot on. Should be though. Let me double check on that sign, and yeah. To me though. Alright. So on that side, right? You gotta turn it. Let me find a good area to look it up at. Yeah, and I gotta turn that to have my line along with that. Okay, so for this one's gonna be that way. See, almost there. Not yet, but almost there. All right, Now that one is aligned with that though. Exactly there. See what I mean? Good. Yep. It's now aligned though. That's good. Alright, just a re-explanation of what I just did, okay? So you see that turning mark over there? Yeah, alright. You see that other one over there? Yeah, you can kind of see it. Trust me, it is there. At the end of the day, it's aligned. And of course, the same happened over there. So you see that turning mark over there? Yeah. You see this one over here? Yeah. All of that is aligned. So he gave me this. Alright. He gave me that. That's the the final result. I believe, I am convinced that this, like what I just did, right, will fix my opening and closing events on my intake and on my exhaust. I'm sure this is the issue that I had prior, because yeah, my cams were not aligned properly when my crankshaft is supposed to be at TDC, you know what I mean? So, okay, that's something, yeah, that's something. My camshaft were not in their install orientation. They were at one point, yeah, but later on, yeah, they were out of sync in some type of way. Now everything is good, and I just need to put everything back there. By everything, I mean my timing components. But now look and listen. Before I do that, there's a little something that I want to install though, that I want to replace, because what I got going on there, I don't want to take no chances, right? So look, this is what I mean, a full-on brand new water pump. So I'm gonna put this one over there, okay? I'm just gonna replace the two. And there's a small thing that I ended up seeing though. So we see over there, it's like a oval, bolt area, whatnot. And this one over there, it's not. It's a full-on like circle. So I might have to put something to block that up. Gasket maker over there, probably gonna fix it, but I don't know, I'll see though. And the good thing is I can do that like way later on, because even though the lower timing cover plate can be installed, you can still access that area, like this one over there. So everything is now aligned the way that it was supposed to be at first though. So it's like it's good. It's good. I'm grateful. I'm happy, and I can now remove that old water pump. It's not old, but it's like, it's not good looking, right? So I'm gonna have to put that aside and get that one there, I hope you understand. Yes, you do. Alright. Before I even think about placing some Permatex Ultra Black on that, other water pump, let me add some more near my, well, actually, the outside area of my oil pump. Listen, okay, and look. From factory in the service manual, right, for that engine, this is how you're supposed to have your oil pump though. So there's the oil pump and there's a paper gasket now. So I'm gonna have some Permatex Ultra Black along the seam. So you see there, yeah, oil pump, the block, and there's a paper gasket in between. So I'm gonna put some on top, over there, 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 and the same goes with the other side. So up there like that, over there, and down there too. I'm gonna put some, everywhere, just as a better oil anti-leak procedure method or some type of way though. Yeah, I need me my Permatex Ultra Black almost all down though. So let me double check if it's all good. Yeah, it should be good. Let me try to, there's nothing crazy about it though. It's like, it's logical stuff though, but yeah, I'm gonna need to apply some everywhere though, and after that I'm gonna just like rearrange the surface. But nah, bro, it's straightforward, oh, and also the surface is already clean though with acetone, okay, just so you know. Back out there, you see that? Okay, it's applied, but let me apply it even better. Let me just fix that out, okay, at the end of the day. It's tedious, but it's what you have to do though. Probably got a bit too much on, to be honest though, but at least it's there. You got a bit too much, Loki. I'm not gonna hold you. Okay. Let me pass another time. Yeah, I think I got too much on, but yeah. Alright, bro. I mean, it's better than nothing, alright? So, let me wipe that off because it's excess. Hey, bro, it's looking good, bro. And I like what I'm seeing, though. Hold on. Hold on. Look. Look. See that? Alright. That's the final, site. And once again, that oil pump is not used. It is new, okay? It hasn't run. It's looking strange because it's painted and the paint is coming off though. That's it. The power protector ultra black seeping out, seeping through. Yeah, up there, all over. Okay, you'll have to trust me on that. And yeah, now it is time to install those though. Those will be parts though. And of course, my timing belt with it. And of course, that. And of course, those. And of course, retiming, recalculating, everything. No, for real. I like this though. I know for a fact now that my camshafts are in time, and that my crankshaft is indeed time too. So the rest will be fine though. And also, look, okay, before I forget, if we look at the crankshaft, right, that timing mark, this one is aligned with that white line on the timing belt, okay? Okay? Align with align. So align with align and align. So actually let me remove that because I'm not gonna need it right now though. Let me put it aside for real. Just for now. Let me put it aside just for now, okay? I'll get back at it. Yeah, but for now, just aside, okay? And before I even rotate my, engine, I'm just gonna add some more, assembly lube on top of my journals because some of them are kind of dry for real. And I'm about to do a lot of rotation, so it's like I'm just gonna put some more, bro. It's good practice though. It's good practice. I'm gonna put some everywhere where I see some is missing. But yeah, after that though, rotation it is though. Yeah, it needed some because it's like starting to get dry though. Yeah, yeah, should be enough for now. And once I'll see like, the other side of my lobes, I'll put some more, but for now, it's good enough though. Yeah. Oh, I'm almost out of assembly lube. I'm gonna need some more. I mean, I think I might. I'm gonna need some more though. I'm almost out. All right. So anyway, I got some everywhere. My lobes. Check everywhere once again, but nah, I'm seeing that I got some everywhere for. Okay, some is overlapping there. I know, but oh, there is not anymore. And I'm just draining it out. What? Hold on, bro. Time to rotate that engine though. To check my tension. And yeah, bro. It is now time though. And of course, I am going slowly. Okay, so I gotta listen to whatever's going on. So and watch. Yeah. Going slowly though. Everything is good though. Hey, to be fair, it's not good yet, right? Because that was 360 though. I said 720. So let me do another turn though. Alright, let me do another turn. And I'll be back. Whew. 720, bro. All over, man. 720 all over, bruh. Which means I ain't got no issues with my valves, therefore my piston, therefore my crankshaft. Everything is good. 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 Now. Double check my my tension. Yeah, it's different than before. Same thing. Over there. Good. Okay. Good. Nothing has changed on there. Hey, bro. I mean, for real, bro. It ain't too bad. Yeah, it ain't too bad. I'm like that. It ain't too bad though. It ain't too bad. Oh, you know what? I might put some more over there. Yeah, okay. Better. It's not moving for real. Yeah, all this ain't too bad though. All this ain't too bad. I like what I'm seeing. Yep. I like what I'm seeing. It ain't too bad though, so hey bro, I'm gonna leave it like that. Everything is back together though with my proper camshaft, you know, install orientation / TDC. Yeah, everything is now good. Now what I gotta do, like I was saying though, the mathematics, because this was the mechanic of it all. I need to do the mathematics of it all, right? So but first though, actually let me clean my whole space, cause yo, there's a lot of stuff everywhere, bro. I need to clean that. Then I'll be back though. I'll be back. Give me like 20 or so, yeah, something like that, and I'll be back anyway. All right, so look, right? I got everything set up to measure my valve opening and closing. All right. So the first one is, you know, the physical pointer, of course. The second is the dial indicator, and technically the first, because I need to find the TDC, you know, is my piston stop right there, which is not fully in. So give me like 2 seconds. Yeah, let me check. Hold on. I feel like it should be fine though. Yeah, I'm gonna leave it there. Yeah, let me actually take that out. I'm gonna leave my you know, piston stop to where it is and try to rotate the you know, crankshaft that way. So yeah, and also just to re-explain, I gotta go clockwise when my piston stop is stopping me. Well, I gotta know whatever degree that I got going on my crankshaft and do that for the opposite way. Okay, so one way, stop, note everything down. The other way, stop, note everything down. Alright, that's what I gotta do. Of course, what I'm doing now is only for the crankshaft though. So get my TDC to later on measure my valve opening and my valve closing. Okay, my 2 camshafts. So, alright, clockwise it is though. Yeah. noises, of course. Alright, it's currently going down. Talking about my piston, so let me adjust my piston stop deeper. That way, when my piston is going back up, it will get stopped though. Yeah. Alright, so let me continue. Alright, stop. Okay. Let me check what I got going on over there. I'm at 66, yeah. Yeah, I'm at 66. Okay, I'm gonna note that down. Okay, now the opposite way. Until it gets stops, of course. So. Alright, stop. Okay. What do I got? I got 336. Yeah, 336. Alright, let me note that down. These is my numbers, okay? First category, data, which is A and B. So A, 66, B, 336, okay? I did a conversion, which is 360 minus 336 equals 24 degrees, which is now the new B. And if you're wondering, okay, the reason why I did a conversion is because over there, the ATX with damper degree wheel convention is 0, 50, 40, 20, 10, 0. Okay, so going clockwise, it counts downwards, yeah? So now I did a crankshaft span, which is my A plus my B equals 90 degrees, okay? At the end of the day, that number should be 90 degrees because you go clockwise and you go counterclockwise. Or at least, you know, it should be an equal, okay, in terms of the crankshaft span results. So now, the midpoint is the following, okay? Offset equals crankshaft span divided by 2, okay? So 90 divided by 2 equals 45 though. So 320C, right, is A minus the offset, which is, 45. So 66 minus 45 equals 21 degrees, and this is at true TDC, okay? That's my numbers, right? So when it comes to the engine, right, I'm gonna remove my piston stop to allow me to rotate my crankshaft clockwise to that 21 degree, okay? After doing so, I can move my physical pointer at the 0 mark of my degree wheel, which is, for my case, the TDC mark. This is how they made that ATR super damper, all right? So that's what's up though, that's what's up. Piston stop removed, and my, wait, hold on. Alright, so piston stop removed, right? And my engine should be able to rotate without no issues. So yeah, it is now time to do so. Look now, I'm gonna put y'all somewhere where you can see the degree wheel and my physical pointer, right? That way you'll see whenever I stop at 21 degrees, okay? 21 degrees. I'm at 336, and yeah, it is now time to rotate that clockwise to that 21 though. It won't take long, honestly. Hold on. All right, almost there though. Okay, I'm at 30, or near enough, Okay, so 21. about right. Yeah. I'm at 21 now. Alright. This is how my, engine is looking like when I'm at 21 degrees again, but more precisely, look at my camshafts, right? Way better than before. Like honestly, way better than before. Before, I was at my TDC, but my load was like pointing that way. So yeah, that correction that I did, over there really helped though. So, whenever I'm gonna go clockwise, it's gonna go straight down and at a specific numbers of degree of opening, because opening and closing, my measurements will be within specs though. So that is so good. All right, I'm trying to think about something else to explain prior to moving my physical pointer to that 0 degree mark or TDC mark, since I'm using 80 super damper. Nah. You know what? I might add a bit more of a assembly loop, just a bit more, nothing crazy. I just might. But other than that, nah, it's good though. Soon enough, dial indicator. All right, I'll give you that view soon enough. But no, it's good. So far, it's good. I like that. I like that. Look, you see that? My physical pointer is spot on with my TDC mark. So you see the 350, 355, and 5 lines after that is my TDC. And then 5 line after my TDC is 5, and 5 of the line afterwards is 10 though. But yeah, this line over there in the middle, yeah, the big one, TDC line, bruh. Alright, so you know what's up, okay? That's what I got going on over there, and yeah, still the same position with my, camshafts though, which I quite like. Back at my, dial indicator. It's on, yes. My crankshaft is at TDC, and let me rotate my, crankshaft until I see a 1 millimeter of valve lift. Okay, which will be my IVO. Actually started. Okay, so at 1 millimeter, I am stopping. Okay. You gotta be careful with that. Okay, almost. Alright, 1 millimeter, give or take. Let me see what I got going on my degree wheel. Okay, it says 358. All right, let me put that down. Now let me go at my peak lift, which should be 10 millimeters on, the intake camshaft. Near, and the reason why I want to stop at 10 is because I want to see my my peak value. Okay, all right, 10. Let me see what I got going on. So my degree wheel is talking about some 254. Let's continue towards my IVC. Okay, starting to go down. I'm gonna stop at 1 millimeter. 1 millimeter, yeah. Alright, soon. Hold on now. Just a bit more. Okay. Yeah. 1 millimeter. Okay? Give or take. And it says 19. Well, sorry, not 19, but 119. Okay, let me note that down. So I'm getting a small issue though with my IVC, because that 119 ain't supposed to be that, okay? On the specification sheet, it is supposed to be, what does it say, 47? Yeah, it's supposed to be 47. So it's like, it's not that, it's not giving me this and that, but like, look, okay? Which I think might be good, okay, and fair to leave my intake camshaft the way it is. Hold on now, let me explain, okay? See, look, alright. My data, IVO 358, peak lift 254, IVC 119, okay? Conversion, and before I go there, look, ATI super damper, degree wheel convention, 0 to 60 to 40, 2010, 0, okay? Now, conversion, 360 minus 358, 2 degrees, which is now my IBO at 2 degrees BTDC, okay? I took my 360 once again, I did 254 equals 106, right? Which is at ATDC. Look now and listen. The reason why I did so is because those measurements are raw measurements, right? And doing conversion puts those numbers, you know, into something that I can utilize with that. What I mean by that, and listen and look, alright? My IVC isn't good. It's not, okay? And I'm not sure why. Honestly, I'm not sure why. So I decided to use geometry instead of mathematics. I mean, I can't be saying that, but like, give me one minute, okay? Instead of using like angles, I'm using geometry. What? Nah, I can't be saying. Never mind. What I'm trying to say though is that I took that number, you know, 106 as my peak lift converted equals 106, right? Which is the equivalent of my current center line, okay? And if you look over there, it says that the suggested center lines, well, I mean, at least for the intake, is 110. So, what I did there, okay, with that, like, you know, section over there, it's a lot of wording, but deriving center line to camshaft specification sheet, okay? At the end of the day, what I'm doing over there is the difference between the two, okay? So between the 110 and the 106, which gave me 4 degrees advanced. Now look and listen. But good enough, my IVO keeps on being the same. Every time, okay? My peak lift keeps on being the same. Every time. But my IVC, bro, keeps on being the same, but it's not the good one though. Because my IVO is at 2 degrees, right? On my specification sheet, it's supposed to be at 7. 2 and 7 are so close. That's good. That's actually good. That's good. And if I look at my peak lift converted, it gives me 106, which is 4 degrees near 110, which once again, this is also good though. And let me tell you, bruh, this is way better than before, because before, you know, I had a shift in my camshaft, which just got corrected. So that ain't too bad though. And of course, this is on the intake side, right? So personally though, I will leave it like this for now. But keep in mind that I got 4 degrees of advancement, right? Well, it's advanced. Let me do the exhaust and see what's up with those numbers, right? Let me do that. So, dial indicator at 0, currently at TDC, and yeah, let's rotate that until, you know, I get 1 millimeter of valve lift. Soon enough though. Yeah, soon enough though, soon. Yeah, okay, starting. Okay. 1 millimeter. So let me know what I got going on. My degree wheel is talking about some 228. Let me continue to my peak lift, because this was my EVO. Peak lift eventually. Oh, okay, yeah. Yeah, this is my peak lift, and it is. Let me check, and it's at 115. Okay, let me note that down. Let me continue towards my EVC. Okay, soon. Okay, so my EVC, my degree wheel, 2 degrees. All right, let me note that down. Feel like at this point nothing is surprising anymore, because yeah, look now, I'm having the same issue, but it's now on my EVO. So I mean, bro, at this point, bro, it's like, yeah, I don't know, but hold on, let me show y'all what's going on. Okay, some good stuff are there and some bad stuff are there, but like, let's focus on the good, right? What? All right, so look, okay, it's not the same paper as before. It's different because this is the first one, this is the second one. Now look, the data, right? EVO 228, peak lift 115, EVC 2, right? Now, when it comes to the conversion, hold on now. Once again, my ATI super degree wheel conversion, all right? Now look at over there, okay? I did 360 minus 115 equals 245, which is now 115 BBDC. Okay, the reason why it stays 115 is because it's, you know, BBDC. But now look, with that area, it's the same thing. Okay, it's the same like formula as the, you know, the previous one. It's the same idea. So at the end of the day, my specification sheet is talking about a 116 of center line, and what I got is 115. So I have a you know, 1 degree advanced with that number, right? That 1 degree of advancement, right? So I'm gonna leave it there. I'm talking about like my exhaust camshaft though. I'm not gonna move it though. I'm not gonna adjust it. But at least I got my what is it called? My peak lift converted into center lines to see if they were within specs. Okay, at the end of the day, my intake is 4 degrees off and my exhaust is 1 degree off. Now look, for the intake, 4 degrees, okay. Might do an adjustment later on, yeah. But for the exhaust though, it's 1 degree. I'm not gonna do adjustments for that. But I'm not forgetting, okay, that at the end of the day, when it comes to my intake and exhaust, opening and closing, there are some issues. At least, bro, you know, my camshaft were not timed, right? They were not in their, you know, accurate timing marks. They were not. I got that fixed, so that's good. That's something. Yo, I'm taking that, bro. That's something. Both of them, you know, the intake was way worse than the exhaust, but yo, both of them got fixed. So, hey, bro. At least I know that my camshafts, right, and my crankshaft are aligned and timed at the same time. So, hey, bro, I'm running with that, bro. I'm running with that. But you know, once again, I'm keeping in mind that my intake 4 degrees, my exhaust 1 degree. Okay, keeping that in mind. It's on my papers, so I can't forget it. All right, can't forget it. Let me check if I got something else to do though. Nah, I feel like I'm good, bro. All right, bro. Look now.